Welcome back, Cowboys Nation, to another episode. We just did one a few days ago, Established the Pass. Before we get started, hit that sub, hit that like on YouTube or dislike. Leave a comment. I forgot to say that last time. Comments are kind of big on YouTube. It helps your algorithm and shit. So be sure you leave a comment, good or bad. You can follow me everywhere on the bottom, scrolling right down here. Dallas Cowboys U1 on Twitter. Still got the page. Talked about it tonight. I'm going to keep it, but we'll see how that goes. I really don't give a shit right now about it. I don't want to take care of a page in a group on Facebook going back and forth. So I'm going to hold the page. I'm not going to take it down or anything, but we'll see. But you can follow it, Establish Pass. You can't find it by searching Dallas Cowboys because I haven't set up any of the settings yet on it. But I do have a new group called Dallas Cowboys Chat. Join that. I do want to get the group going. I had one a few years ago, and it was really good. We let it get out of hand and with a bunch of dipshits, so we shut it down. I just started another one. Go join that. You can find me on Apple and Spotify, same place. Established Pass. I say Apple. I need to check that. I do know you can find me on Spotify. I use Anchor to send my video, my podcast out that way. I don't know because Spotify bought out Anchor, so I don't know if they're still sending it everywhere. I think they are, but let me know if they're not. But yeah, let's get started on the show. We're going to do some season predictions for the record of the Cowboys. I want to do some divisional champs. Do the wild card, the NFC, AFC championship games. Who I think is going to be there, the Super Bowl, and who I think is going to win the Super Bowl. First, we'll start off with the season predictions. I did this goddamn fucking layout earlier and it took me over 3 hours, so be thankful. There we go. All right, I'm going to go through some of these. I'm not going to go through all of them in detail and anything. With the Giants, first opening game, I got that as a dub. And there's always a chance any game could be L, but with that one, with us being on the road, usually on divisional games, when the team is good and we're good, when another team is good and we're good, I usually split it, home and away. I'll have us winning at home, have them winning at home. I don't buy the Giants, though. I didn't buy them last year. They just really didn't impress me much. Don't get me wrong, they made the playoffs. They should be proud of them. Fans should be proud and everything. But they're not a scary team. We beat them with Dak and we beat them with Cooper. I don't know if they improved enough. I love their head coach. But I just don't think they improved enough to where they really scare me. It is opening night. It is going to be a bunch of hype. It is on the road. And McCarthy is 0-3 as a head coach at Dallas, but there's some extenuating circumstances to go with that. 2020 was COVID year. Again, on the road. It was kind of a weird fucking year. No OTAs, which the Rams didn't have OTAs either, so I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying it was a weird fucking year. Plus, we had so many fucking injuries even at that time on our offensive line. Then 2021 we faced the Bucks, played well, just didn't win, so I don't really count that. And then last year looked like shit even when Dak was in there, but Dak got hurt. Just there were some extenuating circumstances. I think he'll switch that around this year and we'll get the dub there. Got the dub against the Jets. Some people scared of Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers has her name. I'm not worried about that part of it. They got a good team, though, so if they beat us, it wouldn't surprise me. I'm just saying that's our home opener, and I think we get it. Arizona, I ain't going into that. Patriots, we're not going into that. We're just a better team. Plus, they're at home. Plus, we're at home. San Francisco, this is where it gets kind of weird. I actually had that as an L at first, and I went through it and kind of thought about it. I think we're going to get a dub there. I think I had it as L because we have back-to-back West Coast games, and that's hard. One West Coast game is hard, and going back-to-back is even harder. But I just think the 2 losses in the playoffs the past couple of years, I think we'll be ready for that game. And plus, I don't think San Francisco is going to be – their defense is going to be good. But I got to see Brock Purdy. I got to see that he can do what he did in the handful of games he did last year. It's the old saying that now coaches have tape on him, and it is true. You do know more about him now, so there is more film on him of how they run their offense through him, not through him, but with him. yeah, I just like I said, I just think this is going to be a dub. But like I said, again, wouldn't surprise me if it's an L just because I did have it as L to begin with. Chargers, again, that's a back-to-back West Coast game. Chargers are going to have a good team. Uh, their offense is going to be improved. I know a lot of Cowboy fans don't like Moore. I wasn't one of them. I wasn't his best fan, but I thought he did a pretty good job. I don't think you coordinated offense for 4 years, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, 4 years, and be top 3 to 5 in every important statistical category there is without being a pretty good offensive coordinator. Unless you have a great stacked team, and according to the Cowboys, and I agree fans, and I agree with them, we haven't past 4 years haven't had a great stacked team, especially last year. Receivers, I mean, we opened up the year with Dennis Houston, which got waived this year. He wasn't good enough to make the team. Noah Brown, which is I think wide receiver number 4 in the Houston fucking Texans. So and then we had Cooper Rush for 5 games, and out of all that, he still was able to coordinate a team to a top in scoring and top 5 in just about every important category there is. So he did something right. I agree. It was time to move on. To be honest with you, when we hired him, I didn't want him as offense coordinator. Nothing against him. When we hired McCarthy, I wanted McCarthy to call plays. So I was kind of upset, but it wasn't nothing against Moore. It was just more of I wanted an experienced play caller, and I wanted the West Coast. I thought the West Coast fit that real good. So that's why I wanted McCarthy to call plays. So I was a little upset. But like I said, I'm not down on Moore like a lot of Cowboy fans are. But I do think that's a tough back-to-back West Coast games. So we got to lose one. So I had to pick something. I mean, hell, I had us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-0 up to that point. Then we come back home, beat the Rams. I think we're just a better team than them. Plus, I don't know how Stafford's going to be. I just think we're a better team than them. Whatchamacallit, my mind's going blank. Can't believe I hate when I do this when I'm doing a show. But anyways, wide receiver. He has a hammy issue, and I hate hammy issues because hammy issues typically last all year. They don't really go away, which scares me because we'll get into it later maybe. But Tyler Smith went out with a hammy issue today. Only thing that scares me with that is that's a lot of time that's lingering throughout the year. Then we come to Philadelphia. I got that as an L. As you can see on the thing, I'm going to have it as a W when we come home. It's just kind of how I do it. On the road, they're a good fucking team. They're probably the second best team behind us, in my opinion, behind us in the NFC. So I can't take nothing away from them. So I'll give them a dub there. Give the Eagles a dub. Give us an L on that one. Giants, like I said earlier, we're at home. We beat them on the road, but I think we're a better team. Panthers, I'm not going to discuss. Washington, Washington that's a dub. We're just a better team, and that's at home. Seattle, I got another dub. They're a good team, but they're not a great team. I think last year I just got to see how they do this year. But they didn't overly impress me last year. But I think still, regardless, I think it was a better team last year. I think we're a better team this year. So I got that as a W. Eagles, same thing. Got W there. We're at home. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be an exciting game for people who go to that one. And then I got another L against Buffalo. Look, it's December. It's probably going to be fucking snowing, bad weather. They're a fucking really good team. So, like I said, I got to pick some L's anyways. L's somewhere. I ain't going to fucking have us going to 17-0. So I think that was an L. I think that ended up being an L. Excuse me, y'all. Dolphins. They're a good team. It's going to be tough because we're going on the road. But again, I think we're a fucking better team. Usually we bounce back after an L. It seems like that team bounces back pretty good after an L. And then we come back home to Detroit. Detroit's going to be a tough team this year. I'll talk about them here in a little while when I go to my next slide. But I think they're going to be a tough team. That's going to be a tough W. I don't think it's going to be an easy W. But we're at home, and I think we'll get it. I got L against Washington, not because I think they're better than us, but I think at that point we'll have everything locked up. Whatever seed we are, I think it's probably going to be as much as we can get out of that seed, and we're going to lock it up. And probably, I know we'll probably play a few players, and maybe they'll play all of them. I don't think could be a smart idea, but we'll see. If something happens and another team keeps up with us and we got to have that W, then I'll change that pick and pick it as a dub. If we're going to play all of our players. But yeah, that ends up putting us at 13-4. As you can see on the next slide, that will be good enough to win the division. Here's division winners, I think, this year. Out of the East, I think we're going to get it, and Buffalo will get it. In AFC, in the North, I think the Vikings are going to get it. I think the Bengals are going to get it in the AFC. I think the Saints are going to win the South, basically just because there ain't no fucking body else over there I trust that's going to win the South. I think the Jags are going to win it over there again. I actually have Houston as a little bit of a sleeper, not a big sleeper, not to win the division, but I think, and I hate Houston because I fucking pretty much lived there for most of my adult life and ain't my childhood. So a lot of my friends down there are Houston fans, and I fucking anyways, I can't stand them. But I think they'll do pretty good. I don't even have them making a wild card, but Houston would be kind of a weird sleeper for me. I know a lot of people disagree with that, and that's fun. The West, I'm going to have San Fran, and I'm going to have KC, obviously. San Fran, it wouldn't surprise me if Seahawks snuck up there and got that. I just don't know. That's going to be, I don't know. I'm going to keep San Fran for now. I can always change my mind later. I didn't do the wild cards on this because, as you can see, I didn't have a lot of room to put it. And if I was going to do another one, I'd have to do it on a separate one. And y'all, this shit took me over 3 hours to do. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just tell y'all who the wild card is going to be. In the NFC, I think the wild card is going to be the Eagles, the Lions, and the Giants. But it wouldn't surprise me the Seahawks. That can go both ways. That's a hard one for me to pick. But I took the Giants. Over in the AFC, I have the Jets, the Ravens, and the Chargers. Now, this is the thing. Every year I think there are at least 4 new teams that make the playoffs that didn't make it the year before. And I usually pretty easily can get there. But this year, it was hard for me to get there, and I couldn't get there before. I got 3 because I got the Lions making it. They didn't make it last year. I got the Jets making it. They didn't make it last year. And I got the Saints making it. They didn't make it last year. So that's 3. That's as much as I could do. I kept going through all the teams, and I just, like real quick in the East, I just can't get Washington there. All right, they'd be a new team. I can't get Chicago there. I just can't. I can't get the Packers there. It's not possible for me to get them there. The South, fucking, I can't get nobody there. I mean, I have to get one person there to win the division. That was the Saints. The West, I can get Seattle there. That's why, but if I get Seattle there, I'm knocking the Giants out, and that doesn't help my at least 4 teams thing. I'm still going to, because Seattle made it last year. I can't get the Rams there, and I can't get the fucking no way I get the Cardinals there. They're trying to tank anyways. In the East, I can get Miami there, but again, Miami made it last year, so that's not going to change, the at least 4 teams thing. Cannot get New England there. I just can't. I could probably sneak and weigh in for Cleveland maybe, but that's just, they're fucking the Browns, dude. So I can't do it, and I can't do it with the Steelers either. The South, Indy, I can't do it. Even though I bragged on the Texans early a little bit, I still don't think they're going to be a surprise team to where they're going to make the playoffs. So I can't get them there. Then you have the Chiefs. I got the Chargers in. I can't get the Raiders in, and I can't get the fucking Broncos in. So there's really no 3 was as good as I can do this year to get 3 new ones in. I try, like I said, I fucking tried as hard as I can to get 4 even more, but I fucking couldn't. I couldn't make a good argument for any of them. Then we'll move on here a little bit to AFC championship game, NFC championship. I'm sorry, y'all. Keep bourbon. I have the Eagles playing at the Cowboys, and I have the Bengals playing at KC. Kind of boring Bengals KC thing, but hey, that one has Patrick Mahomes and the other one has Joe Burrow. You want to put the Bills there, great. You want to put the Ravens there, I guess, because they got some new wide receivers and shit. But I'm gonna have to see all that shit to believe it. But anyways, but yeah, that's what I have on the AFC championship games and the NFC championship games. And then we'll go to the next slide. This is my Super Bowl picks. I have the Cowboys playing Kansas City. I can't remember last time. I think the last time I picked the Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl was 2015, before that season started, because we had such a good team in 2014. I actually thought in 2015 we had a chance. And that was the first time I picked us to go to the Super Bowl at that point since 2008. So if you go back to 2008 to now, I've only picked us to go to the Super Bowl 2 previous times. So I'm not one of them fans that pick us to go to Super Bowl every year. But this year, look, man, I got it on the thumbnail too. This team, I'm 50 years old. So I was an adult during the Cowboys dynasty in the 90s, and a kid during the 70s and 80s. This is the best team that we put on the field since the 95 Cowboys. For years, I always said 2007 wasn't the best team, but it was the best chance for us to get to the Super Bowl. And there's a difference. It was just a competition that year. It was us, and that was pretty much us in the NFC. We had Green Bay that had a chance, but we beat them pretty handily during the season, and I had full confidence. We was just a better team. The only team that was better than us clearly was New England, and they was in the AFC, so it wouldn't stopped us from going to the Super Bowl. Couldn't have stopped us from winning one. They wasn't necessarily the best team. I thought 2014 team was better than 2017. I thought the 2021, 2022 team was at least not just at least. They was better than that, but the competition was a little more, except last year. That's why last year was so upsetting that we lost against San Fran, because we wasn't clearly the best like we was in 2007, man, but we was it was close. It was close. But overall, this team we have this year, and then when you take the competition also, I think this is the best team and also the best chance. Like I said, 2007 wasn't our best team. Well, up to that point it was. At 2007 back, it was, but going on forward, we had better teams going forward, but our chances wasn't as good just because the competition was better than 2007. This year is different. This year we had the chance because we had the best team we've had in 28 years, 27 years, and the competition is prime for us to get to the Super Bowl. Now, as far as us winning the Super Bowl or not winning the Super Bowl, well, hey, that's a whole nother story, and we'll see what I say. Bam! I honestly think it is, man. I think this is our year. This is a fucking stacked team, man. Look, injuries can always come and play, and I'm not predicting fucking injuries. But as long as this team stays somewhat healthy and just don't have a rash of injuries or a major injuries to major players, I think defensively, I think we'll be the top 3 in the NFL. Offensively, I think we're going to be top 3 in the NFL. I don't think there's a team out there that can match us offensively and defensively. When you put both of them together, combine both the sides of the ball, and you can even throw special teams in there if you want. Special teams is important. I'm not downgrading them. But if you take our offense and our defense and you match it up against all of the 32 teams, I don't think there might be some that might be a little better on offense. There might be some that's a little better on defense. I'm not so sure who's going to be, maybe 1 or 2. But when you combine them, there's no team who can match us both offensively and defensively. That's how much confidence I got in this team. Like I said, I picked the Cowboys to have losing records and get fucking shit talked to me by fucking Cowboy fans. So I'm not some homer that just predicts every year we're going. This is, like I said, this is the first year since 2015 that I picked it. So there we are, folks. I don't know. Y'all leave a comment below and let me know what y'all think. We'll see how this goes. Get that off the picture. Real quick, I'm going to discuss Terrence Steele's contract. I think it was a great fucking contract. Y'all saw the breakdown. I should have screenshotted that and brought it on. That was my bad. But the breakdown of it, Cowboys, and that's just not the Cowboys. All NFL teams have figured out the cap, how to break down. All these contracts pretty much are 2-year and 3-year deals. Whether they sign 5, 6, 7 years, they're either a 2 to 3 year deal, and they're easy outs after that. So this Terrence Deal, I think it was after year 2. I think you can get out of it pretty easy. Not that they want to. I'm just saying how they structured it. I think it's well deserved. I know this time last year, people was actually fucking questioning him, and I don't know why. After 2020, I questioned him. All right. But after 2021, when he started the first 4 or 5 games, because Collins was suspended, I was sold in. I'm like, all right, he made a fucking tremendous improvement to the point where I didn't want Collins to come back and play. I wanted him to keep still out there. But yeah, and then 2022, he even fucking improved more. So yeah, no, I have full confidence in him. I know he's coming off the ACL. I think it's ACL, MCL, and some other L. He tore his whole knee up. But the dude's been fucking practicing, came back, full contact, full fucking go. So hey, if the Dallas Cowboys have one of the best training staffs in the NFL, so if they're saying he's good, he's good. And Big Duke also says he's good. So if that dude says he's good, I'm going with them guys. So yeah, I thought it was well deserved. I saw a couple people was overpaid. He wasn't overpaid. He makes him like I think a eighth paid right tackle somewhere in there. That's about where he deserves. And plus, like I said, he'll get knocked down the list just like that was the second highest paid. Now he's like 8th or 9th, 10th, whatever the fuck he is. Other people will get paid and he'll drop it down to more reality. It's not that big of a fucking deal. I'm glad they got him signed up. That dude fucking worked his ass off, y'all. Look, y'all go back to 2020 and watch film. He fucking was horrible. Now, nothing against him. He came in as an undrafted free agent during the COVID year. Didn't have no fucking OTAs. Didn't have no fucking training camp. Not training camp like regular training camp. I mean, then he was thrown in the fire the first fucking game because of injuries. So, yeah, I mean, and if you watched his first game to his last game, he improved. He still wasn't good at his last game. He still wasn't great, but he improved. You know, and so when he came out 2021, man, he showed a lot, man. And I think he took a lot of advice from Zach and Tyler and Tyron. Man, I'm gonna fuck the names up all the time. So I think they helped him a lot. Big Duke, obviously, Big Duke fucking develops a lot of these fucking NFL fucking players. So big things to him. But yeah, so that's it, man. So let's go back over this real quick, recap it real quick. Let me get back to the. Obviously, y'all know I have us going 13-4. Our 4 L's will be against Chargers on the road, Philadelphia on the road, Buffalo on the road, and Washington on the road. If y'all notice that, it's all on the road. So I have us going undefeated at home. And again, look, y'all, I've guessed records right before, but I've never fucking guessed the exact games we win and the exact games we lose. They're always, maybe Jets beat us and we beat the Chargers. There's always going to be a game I picked us to win, we lose, and another game that I picked us to lose and we win. So, but yeah, 13-4 is what I have. I think we'll win the division. These are my division winners. My wild card teams are. I had to write that down. I explained that to you earlier. Philly, Lions, and Giants on NFC side. Jets, Baltimore, and Chargers on the other side. Like I said, I try to get 4 in there because I think it's 15 years, whatever it is, at least 4 teams, some crazy shit like that. I could get 3. I could not get 4 this year. I tried, but I just couldn't. Have us in Philly in the NFC Championship game. And fuck, man, can y'all imagine that? Cowboys at AT&T Stadium, Cowboys in Philadelphia. It's going to be a fucking hell of a game if I predicted that right. Even if you swap that, Cowboys going to Philadelphia. Either way, that's a fucking huge game. Bengals and KC is kind of boring, but hey, like I said, one has Patrick Mahomes. The other one's been fucking pretty consistent the past 2 or 3 years, so it's kind of hard to go against them. But I can see Buffalo. I can see Baltimore. None of that would surprise me. I can see Baltimore, Buffalo, and Bengals, and not KC being in there. I mean, it can go either way. Then I have us and KC in the fucking bowl, and motherfuckers, I have us winning it all. Dallas fucking Cowboys. Anyways, that's that. Trying to think if there's anything else. I've discussed Steele's contract, discussed my predictions, which what I said I was going to do. But yeah, I will probably go do another record. What's the day? Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday for a preview of the Giants game. Little quick, probably 15, 20-minute video. Y'all go check that out when I drop it. I was thinking about doing it tonight with this, but I'm already 25 minutes in. I didn't want to combine all of it. I try to keep my videos as short as I can. But yeah, go check it out when I drop it. Like I said, hit that notification on YouTube and hit that bell. Then that way you'll know when I drop it. Hit that sub if you haven't already. Follow me at Establish the Pass at YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. You can find me. Well, oh yeah, Dallas Cowboys chat on the Facebook group. Please go and join that group. I want to get that group going, and get it going like my old group was a few years ago. Like I said, if you want to follow the page, Establish a Pass, you can. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that page yet. If I get a bunch of followers, I'll will. But like I said, I have to set up all the settings because you can't even find it unless you literally type in Establish the Pass. You can't type. I haven't done none in the settings and put what it is. All that's on there is a podcast, but that's all. I've done no promotion on that thing. I only got 2 videos on the whole motherfucker. But anyways, y'all go check that out. Anyways, I will see y'all in a few days. And we have what now? 6 more days to fucking Cowboys, and what 3 more days to fucking NFL Sunday? I mean NFL Thursday. Motherfuckers, I've been waiting fucking since January for this shit. So y'all have a good time, and I will see y'all next time. And I've come to realize that I